In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 bicep exercises with dumbbells only that I find comfortable and effective for training your biceps. Finding comfortable and effective bicep exercises with dumbbells only has been a bit of a challenge for me in the past. You see, I primarily liked barbells or machines for training my biceps, and I always felt like the dumbbell exercises just weren't quite cutting it. Now, this is partly to do with stability and also partly to do with the resistance profile, which is one of the downsides of many dumbbell exercises, because when your arm is fully extended doing a bicep curl, you are going to have the arm in the most stretched position, which is the critical component of an exercise in order for building muscle. But at that point, there isn't a whole lot of tension on the muscle. The muscle starts to get the most tension when it's parallel to the floor and you're already more than halfway through the movement. So using a machine preacher curl or cables to do different types of curl variations can help to address that issue, but there are also ways around it with dumbbells in the comfort of your own home. And let's be honest, not every exercise has to be absolutely perfect in terms of the absolute stretch and max tension. There's still value in other exercises. And make sure you stick around for exercise 3 because I believe it is a very underutilized exercise that can really help your biceps pop. The first exercise, and probably my favorite, the one that I'm primarily using for my bicep training right now, is going to be the dumbbell preacher curl, which you can use with the incline of a bench. And you can start with whatever incline you prefer. The steeper up that you do it, the less tension you're gonna get in the most stretched position. The more of a decline that you do it, or the less of an incline that you do it, the more tension you're gonna get in that extended position. As you can see here, with it at this angle, the tension is going to be most at this stretched position here. But then when you get closer to the top, you're gonna hit that part where there's no tension. And you wanna make sure you don't just let it go floppy. You wanna make sure that you always have firm tension in the bicep and then slowly start letting it down with control. It doesn't have to be very slow, but you wanna make sure you're moving it with control. You don't wanna rest at the bottom, but you wanna make sure you're extending all the way down, coming up with good control, and then back down. Now you can go at a faster pace if it's comfortable for you, as long as you don't let it go loose at the top. You wanna make sure you can maintain that tension. And if you can't, then just don't go all the way up, and you're doing this more of a lengthened partial. And then as it is a unilateral exercise, you will have to do the other arm. As I mentioned, you can lay the bench even flatter, and it'll be more of a flat bench surface or closer to a flat bench surface. And you want to ensure, especially as you're getting to the top, you're maintaining that good strong contraction and then controlling the weight in that lengthened position. Now, if you really want to go all out into lengthened partials, you can actually do it on a flat bench surface. Put your elbow just over the edge, allow your arm to go all the way flat, and then pull it up. You want to stop right at about the 90-degree angle and then back down. You're getting maximum tension in the most stretched position of the exercise. Now, this is my favorite because I can feel a good, strong contraction and a lot of tension in the bicep, especially in that stretched position. I feel like there's a lot of good stability and control as you're kind of pulling your body in to the bench. You can use your other hand for support as well and stability. Because it is unilateral, you can really focus and concentrate on that one side and not be distracted by potentially any strength discrepancies. And it's also the most similar to my favorite exercise for bicep, which is the machine preacher curl. The second exercise we're going to talk about puts the bicep in more of a stretched position because we're going to be having the arm positioned behind our body. And because the bicep connects to the shoulder, stretching the arm behind you is going to put a bicep muscle in more stretched position as well. You're going to sit on an incline bench, laying back with your arms to your side. You can see how the arm is stretched out relatively behind me. And then you're going to do your bicep curls like this. Now, this has one flaw, like most dumbbell exercises, being that the max tension is about halfway through the movement, but it still feels like a really good, strong workout. It doesn't feel easy at the bottom as you're laying back, and it does get easier at the top, which is actually a good resistance profile. But again, that max stretch position is not gonna have the most tension, but again, that doesn't always matter the most. As long as you're getting a good workout and feeling it in your arms. This one is bilateral, so this can be nice if you're really trying to be as efficient as possible with your time. Now, if you want to take it a step further, similar to the preacher curl, putting the bench more flat is going to put your arm into having more tension in the stretch position. And so if you lay the bench flat, lay all the way down, put your arms beside you. Now you've got the stretched position at the most tension, and you can let your arms come down beside you and bring them up as you curl in. It's a bit awkward because once you get up to here, it gets really easy. And if you can kind of stretch your arms like you're pointing them to your feet, that does make it a lot more challenging and maintain some of that tension. You're gonna wanna drop the weight down because it is much more challenging in that fully supine position. But it puts your arm in a very stretched position with a lot of tension. And so you can give that a try. If you can get used to it with some practice, it might feel more comfortable to you. And it can allow for a really good stimulus and a good pump. So it might be something interesting to add into the workout, maybe at the end of the workout with light weights, depending on how you feel. But again, you wanna make sure that you're not coming all the way up and relieving the tension on the muscle, but keeping tension the whole time and stopping when it feels like the bicep isn't really doing anything. So with those two exercises and the potential variations that you have with the incline position that you use, you have a lot of variety in terms of how you can kind of customize what feels best for you. And it allows you to not only put the bicep in a maximum stretch position, but also tweak it so that you have the maximum tension in the most stretched position of the exercise, which is going to provide the most muscle growth stimulus. Of course, you can always do regular dumbbell curls, but with these, I feel they are a bit more superior to regular standing dumbbell curls. But for the third exercise, we are going to do a variation of standing dumbbell curls, but we're gonna do one that focuses on crossing the body, which is going to focus on the brachialis muscle, which lies underneath the bicep. And as it hypertrophies and grows, you would expect it to push the bicep muscle up, allowing for a fuller, bigger appearance for your arm. So it's not complicated, but it might feel weird at first. You wanna have your hands beside you, palms forward. You're gonna do this one arm at a time because you're crossing the body. You're gonna lift it up across your body and turn so that you're, instead of having your palm facing up, you're gonna rotate it over so the back of your hand faces up, and you're gonna do that for both sides. Don't drop the weight when you come up. You wanna make sure you're controlling the weight down because that eccentric motion is very important for stimulating muscle growth. So again, you don't have to do the exercise slow. The speed doesn't matter as long as it's controlled and you're not just letting the weights fall down. And this, again, as I said, is gonna hit the muscle underneath the bicep, the brachialis muscle, and hopefully start, as it hypertrophies, start pushing the bicep muscle up, making your arm look bigger. So that's it, 3 effective bicep exercises using dumbbells only to help you grow bigger, more pronounced biceps and fill out your arms. If you enjoyed this video and made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. Please do drop a like and a comment, share your feedback, and if you're interested in subscribing or check out some other videos first, I would really appreciate the support in helping me grow this channel. And if you've been struggling to develop bigger, broader shoulders, do check out the video linked above that is going to break down 3 and only 3 dumbbell-only exercises that you need to grow even, well-developed, bigger, broader shoulders. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.